Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Mech Merlin stream. I know I don't usually stream on Wednesday nights. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but yesterday I ended up watching Thor, Love and Thunder, and I figured, might as well stream today. And if you guys remember, I didn't actually stream on Saturday last week, and I won't be streaming this coming Saturday either, mainly because we have another Seattle keyboard meetup running from 1:30 till 5:30, so pretty much my usual stream time. So I figured I would do a build stream tonight. Let's see, I see a couple people joining in. I see Crosswind, Anonymous, Itharock. Thanks guys for joining in. Itharock also subscribing at tier 1. Thank you so very much. Today, as you guys can see from the stream title, I am rebuilding my Q2, the Keychron Q2. So yeah, you guys can check it out right there. Usually when people ask me, Merlin, what's a good 65% to buy right now? This is one of the boards that I point to. It's either this or the Bakaneko, right? The two most popular boards in the community right now, in my opinion. Pretty good deal as well. Yeah, one of my biggest critiques about this board was that the steel plate was a little too stiff for my liking and a little too pingy. So we'll see if an aluminum plate solves some of these issues. I guess tonight is a night of experimentation. Do you just have a cold? I'm still recovering. Well, these are the after effects of COVID. Whenever I have something like lung related happening to me, my lungs get super inflamed, and oh, actually, I am a Yuryu. Do you remember our last NorCal meetup that we hung out at together during the California forest fires? I came back to Seattle with a cough. You know, like anything like that just really affects me, and COVID just kind of falls into that same category. How was it for you overall? Let's see. I had a fever for like 2 days, and that was really much it. I didn't have any headaches. I didn't have any body aches like what a lot of people were saying. Just fever for 2 days, and just coughing. But yeah, I did mod this board a little bit more. I put in additional foam, and on top of that, I actually tape modded it. See, first time chat from Andy. At first I thought that Q boards after the Q1 used aluminum plates, seeing that they actually use steel plates surprising. I was surprised too, because my Q1 came with an aluminum plate. The V2 of the Q1 started coming with steel plates. Steel is a lot easier to manufacture than aluminum, so I can understand why they did that change. Flashbot says, how's the Q2 build quality for a mass-produced key? Is it comparable to your average custom? It's a very simple keyboard, right? So like in terms of QC, no, it's very easy to make a board that looks like this, you know? Like if I were to compare it with the Bakaneko, I'd say it's probably about the same. I mean, you says, are steel plates easier? I mean, it's laser cut, I would assume it's pretty similar. Well, I guess it's also cheaper, because, you know, you can get a bunch of steel sheets for cheap compared with aluminum. The small gaskets, great. Yeah, these feel like they're Poron or something. Poron or neoprene. It's hard to tell. First ever custom was the Q1, and the first impression on tab was like, wow, how can a keyboard feel like this? Yeah, the Q1 was great, especially like, you know, if you've tried like a GMMK Pro, that's like a huge difference. think I'm gonna have to retune some of these stabs as well. And it's like I didn't actually like take them out when I swapped out the switches, so I just used like a syringe and put dielectric grease on them, and that definitely improved it, but I wouldn't say it was completely up to my standard. Where are the screws? Okay, so one there, one there, one there. Okay, perfect. What's my favorite board right now? I don't really have a favorite board. I do have I do have boards that I currently rotate through. I like to say this, if there was theoretically a best board and I just so happened to have it, I would get bored with it after a week, right? Like I prefer variety over having one singular awesome board. I'd rather have a bunch of different boards, each awesome in their own way. There we go. Okay, got that guy out. And yeah, I can definitely notice that this is a steel plate. It's stiffer and it's heavier as well. This one's super light, and I can almost bend it with one hand here. Yeah, this one's significantly heavier. Okay. Have I tried TX stab? Yes, I have. I built one customer's board with TX stabs, and yeah, they felt good, sounded good. My issue with them is that, instead of being like screw-ins, you have to put these shims inside of them so that the snap-in portion is spread. That's how they prevent the wire stoppage stuff. That stuff was just, putting that together really annoyed me, and I personally don't think it's a very reliable method. It's like part of me thinks one day it's just gonna slip off and you won't know. Yeah, I'd rather go with screw-in, because I know this will stay on. All right, there we go. There we go. These stabs are gonna be so much better than when I first used this board. Be excellent. So another reason why I felt the plate was really stiff is because the plate is screwed in. That probably made it feel even stiffer. All right, plate is in place. There we go. Now we can put all the switches in. Shouldn't take too long. You're building an AK-68. Mine came in today, actually. I was thinking of doing like an unboxing stream, but I really wanted to build a keyboard tonight. So, next week you'll see stuff that I got today, and also whatever else I get next week. Okay, let's do the tape mod. I think I'm avoiding most screws there. Okay. All right. Go. That's to line up. Annoying. There we go. And I'm gonna keep that second layer of toolbox liner that I put in. There we go. If it lights up, we're good. Woo! Okay, quick test. Make sure everything works. All right, okay, I think we're good. Let's go put these keycaps on. There we go, and there's the knob. All right, let's see. Will this sound and feel better than earlier? Okay, yeah. Yes to both accounts. I like this board better now. Okay, yeah, that's exactly where I want it to be. Perfect, okay. That ping that I was hearing has been eliminated. Oh wait, no, there's still a little bit more, but less noticeable now. Okay. Awesome, okay, awesome. Be honest, do I ever use the rotary knob? Yes, I do. In fact, my particular use case is I use Mac OS. So my knob switches between my workspaces. So turning it right, it's my workspace on the right. Turning it left, workspace on the left. The actual button press though, I haven't quite figured out how to use it there. The other use case that I have is especially during my group by new stream, whenever I use a board with a rotary encoder, this is how I rotate through my tabs. There we go, guys. This is my freshly rebuilt Keychron Q2. Original build had Gateron KS9s topped with Cannoncaps Winter Tundra For the rebuild, all I really did was swap out the steel plate to an aluminum one. Also redid all of the stabs just because, you know, when I first got the board, all I did was add additional lube. Adding the additional lube did help fix the rattle, but it still wasn't to where I wanted it to be. So now that I actually redid the stabs, I'm noticing that I am a lot happier with the stab sounds. So yeah, let's get started. There we go. So now that I'm actually typing on it, I am hearing that there's something going on with my space bar here. This gonna be your new daily driver? Yeah, probably for the week. Be replacing my Vega, and then during the next customer build, that will be my next daily driver. Something catching on it over here on this side. There we go. Could use a little bit more lube, I believe. A little bit more lube. Let's see. Do I have my syringe anywhere? Okay, now it's rattling on the other side. Okay. Maybe I should have just put on my OwlLab stabs, but I don't want to waste the OwlLab stabs. I don't have too many of them left. Right. Let's see, overall, yeah, that's definitely a lot flexier. Yeah, that's very noticeable to me. Holy cow. There we go, much better. Let's do a 50-word one. Yeah, that guy's... There we go, I can hear the tick. The ticking's coming on the left side of this guy. Has that foamy sound. Yeah, in some ways it kind of reminds me of PE foam. It's funny because I was actually thinking that switching from stainless steel to aluminum would make it sound a little muddy, just because stainless steel is going to make it, no, because stainless steel is denser. I was expecting this to be clearer and this to be a little muddier, but I don't think it muddied up the sound at all. Yeah, comparing it to my Vega 65, built in a completely different way, but it is using Cannoncaps key set as well. Yeah. Okay, so now that I'm comparing it to my Vega, this one sounds a little muddy. Oh well. I just have to figure out what to do with this wire here that I can hear. Now, worst comes to worst, I might just use my Allab stabs rather than the Keychron stabs. Now, Keychron stabs aren't the best stabs. During the disassembly, I might have warped the wire. Wasn't really trying my best with it. Who Dat says, do you value sound or feel more? Hard to say. I kind of like value them both the same, because sound and feel are the two things you will notice about your board when you're using it, right? If you're working with your board, you know, eyes are on your screen, you're typing on your board. What you notice is how your board feels and how it sounds, you know? So if I had to pick one though, feel. Yeah, because if the board sounds great but I hated how it feels, I'm not going to use it. Whereas if the board feels great but the sound wasn't up to my liking, I'd still use it. And if the sound really bothered me, I just wear headphones, right? Whereas like if you don't like the feel of your board, there's really nothing you can do about it unless you change your board. Yeah, okay, so, you know, we're about an hour and a half in. I think I can talk about this a bit more. So for those tuning in or just watching it at the very end here, basically just swapped out the plate on this guy. Swapped out the plate from stainless steel to aluminum in the hopes that I would reduce some of the pinging that I was hearing and to soften out the typing feel. I was successful on both accounts. This is now a better feeling, better sounding board to me. Quite happy with the results. In the process of removing the Keychron stabs, while I fixed the sound of pretty much every other stab, I think I might have bent the wire for the spacebar, so which is why I'm hearing some ticking on the left here. But yeah, thanks guys for joining in on my Q2 rebuild. Still one of the boards that I greatly prefer. In fact, whenever someone says, Merlin, what's a good 65 to try out? This and the Bakaneko are two of the boards that I always point to. But yeah, check it out at that link there. My next stream will not be this Saturday. This Saturday I'll be at a Seattle meetup. So my next stream will be on Sunday evening for my weekly group buy news. If you guys want to find out what group buys are starting and ending for the following week, tune in on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. PDT. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in and hope you have a great rest of your week. Goodbye everyone.